compromised and opened up a gateway and the motherfucker can enter. Malcolm compromised, they killed his ass. You gotta speak the damn truth and you can't have no fucking fear. Because it ain't about that kind of stuff here. So you gotta speak the truth. You see what I'm saying? Because I ain't lining up with some false ass forces. I'm lining up with the real deal shit. You see what I'm saying? Shoot, I make less than $10,000 a year. That's magic itself. Still be rolling. Now, check it out. The day that John Malvo got shot, when they picked him up, the Nation of Islam admitted that he was a part of the Nation of Islam. I said, why would you even admit some shit like that? You see what I'm saying? Now, you know the shit was all government. The night that John Muhammad gets caught, his family on fucking TV talking shit about him. Now, let me listen to this thing here. You sitting up in the house, eating some damn cornflakes, and the shit come across the damn, you've been watching the sniper for 2 weeks, and the shit come across the thing that your brother, the TV that your brother, the sniper, they have to damn pick you up out the damn corner. Yeah. You'd be dead, man. You'd be hollering and every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You would be distraught. You damn sure won't be on TV the same night they tell you your brother is a sniper. This niggas was like, you know what I'm saying? The same night that there's this thing, they got these niggas on TV. Permanent press. Niggas all head done. Nigga had on a new fucking suit. She had on some new shit. New clothes like some motherfucker that went down Rodeo Drive and bought them some real deal shit. You know what I'm saying? They on there like the damn king, queen of England. Breaking verbs and nouns and all kind of shit. With the ebonics going on. Clean as shit. Cleaner than goddamn Princess Diana. Talking shit about this man. See what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm talking the same night. This whole shit we in is a robot world. Bizarro world. I mean, they on that same night. You just got to think that your damn brother and your cousin is in here. You be trying to hide. You be making excuses. You understand what I'm saying? You might check into a hotel somewhere or something. You know, trying to hide somewhere. They on TV, on national TV the same night. You see. Now, so they trying to tie this thing in. Now, this is the deal now. Check it out now. Okay now. So, we said we know they're going somewhere with this shit. They got the Nation of Islam, because we all, when the damn building fell down, I say, look, that shit is about us. And this terrorism shit is about us. And the people that they can pull this shit off about the terrorism shit, ain't no Arabs over there. The polar Arabs over there running scared trying to get bread. Them the biggest punks in the world. They done got their ass whipped. In America, they done beat the Arabs down. They done whipped the Arabs' ass all over this country. And all over the Middle East. The Arabs ain't nothing but the biggest damn punks there is. They ain't got nothing. But alhamdulillah, they can beat up on a goddamn woman. But you know the old saying, any motherfucker beat up on a woman, he's a fucking pussy when it comes to a goddamn man. Anytime you got a culture to beat a woman ass, them right there let you know that them motherfuckers ain't shit. They get their ass whipped, they beat a woman ass. So the Arab, it ain't about the fucking Arab. The terrorism they talking about is the hip-hop nation. Them motherfuckers they scared of. Now look, it says right here. Now, go and read this again now. Washington, D.C. shooting areas of 2 Negroes provided America with its first solid link with the strong connection between rap music and terrorist groups. Now, this is the first time. They never talked about him before. They always talk about John Muhammad, John Muhammad, John Muhammad. Now, all of a sudden, they're going to talk about John Lee Malvo. They got to put the young one in here, bring it on in. John Lee Malvo and other pro-Muslim killer was apparently sympathetic to Al-Qaeda murder crew. First of all, we know that ain't true. You know what I'm saying? Black people can't even spell fucking Al-Qaeda. What the fuck are you sympathetic to a fucking Al-Qaeda?
Never even heard of it.
Never even heard of the shit. You know what I'm saying? We ain't sympathetic to nothing. Al-Qaeda murdering crew, and including their avowed 9/11 acts of war against America. Now, we're sympathetic to some people in Afghanistan or Pakistan. We don't even know where that shit is. We don't even know where Pakistan is. And they even had to tell the white people, the Pakistanis are not even Arabs. They're not even Arabs. They was calling them Arabs. They say they're not even Arabs. They're some type of Indian type people, East Indian type people. You see what I'm saying? They're not even Arabs. So you know damn well if the white man didn't know this Arab. What you think about old nigga? We don't even know what the fucking Pakistan is to be sympathetic with some damn Al-Qaeda. We know our people. Shit. We don't know where goddamn some part of San Francisco is. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what South Bend, Indiana is if you don't live in that fucking state. Hell, we don't know what Al-Qaeda is halfway around the other world. So, they say that they were sympathetic with Al-Qaeda crew. You know that they tying this thing in. Now, check it out. What fueled the connection? These two terrorists in action were fans of the hip-hop music, especially enjoyed by blacks, Arabs, Caucasian teenagers, and preteens. Well, they know them white people is hip-hop crazy and stuff like that. They lost. And that's what they're mad about. They tried to make this shit negative, and they turn around and their whole generation of their people is hip-hoppers. They got a whole culture down in Atlanta where the whole culture, they got their own show, they got everything, and it's all white, it's all hip-hop. It's all hip-hop. You want to get the best soul music from the 70s, you go in next door, they got all the fresh choice beats. And these niggas is 19. You see what I'm saying? Now, it said, what fueled the connections? It says, what fueled the connections? It says, patriotically, the pro-terrorist, anti-American group called Kill Army. That's the Wu-Tang crew. Killer Army is a Wu-Tang crew. These motherfuckers, man, from damn Brooklyn. I don't know about some fucking Al-Qaeda. You know, they were selling damn tapes out of the back seat of their car one time.
Students in Ohio.
Huh?
Students in Ohio.
With the Killer Army? But they still hooked up with Wu-Tang in them, ain't they?
Well, the only reason why they're hooked up is because the brother is Wu-Tang's brother, the little brother.
Yeah, but Ohio is even worse.
Yeah, they from Ohio.
Shit, Ohio is even damn worse for shit. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Boosie and them from Ohio, Boosie ain't no terrorist, Boosie and Ross Troutman is out. The fact that was the broadcast, it says the fact that was the broadcast of many sports alert America to the possibility that the children's favorite music and brainwashing their children with pro-Muslim murder ideas. The name Kill Army means Kill Army. Killer Army is a killer army. They're talking about kill the army. Then they go on to talk about Ja Rule and all them in this thing. Now, you know, and all the Nas and all this shit is all bullshit. But they trying to link this thing. Now, this is what happened. So they linked it. Now, what's his name? He already said that John Muhammad was a part of the Nation of Islam. And then on his tape, he was talking about Homeland Security. Farrakhan. Homeland Security, and how Homeland Security is getting ready to do all this stuff in Homeland Security, this, and this is what he said. He said, well, this is my last lecture, because Homeland Security is coming after me. And the people are like, well, he said, no. If I'm about something, I got to take it how it comes. I'm like, hold on. Even if you figure you was in trouble, you wouldn't bring that on yourself to say that they... And I said, wait a minute, how do you know what government agency is coming after you? Oh, Homeland Security is coming after me. See, that's a part of the setup. Because he's a government agent. And so if they do come after him, they can link this whole Nation of Islam thing up with the whole Afrocentric movement. See, the whole concept is to get to us. Because they know that the Nation of Islam, Khalid, and all of the black leaders have this one consortium together in some indirect way. We are all connected to each other in one way or another when it comes to consciousness. So when he said that the Homeland Security on the tape is coming after him, and by us knowing he's a government agent and stuff, he has already put vulnerable all the black people in the whole conscious movement, except me. Let that be known. You see, I'm crying, want a motherfucker come after me. You see what I'm saying? I want a nigga to come up after me. Like a motherfucker said, we wish. Your boy, Cedric the Entertainer, we wish. I wish a motherfucker would sit in my seat. We wish. I wish a motherfucker come after me. Because shit, I'm tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I'm ready for these entities to get the fight. Now they're already rolling. Because guess what? This shit was so beautiful. I call one, it's the sisters. It ain't me. That's the beautiful part. So I called one sister. I said, what's going down? And they got an entity called Omogumu who got his whole 10,000 legion. He said, we went in the war and we being victorious. This is what the motherfucker said. This entity. He said, we went in the war and we are victorious. Then we get the announcement that they got the flag upside down. So there's a spirit war going on. Them motherfuckers is losing this shit. But here it is, Farrakhan is putting people in vulnerable, and that's what this John Muhammad and John Malvo thing is all about. They even made a movie about it a year before the shit came out called Liberty Stands Still with doggone Wesley Snipes. And take the same rifle that he's killing all the people in, they take the same rifle and put it in the doggone movie. You see what I'm saying? Put it in the movie. So, put it in the movie. And he got another helper that's helping him with the hot dog stand. You go see the movie. The movie came out there. Why they gonna go to Canada to shoot a movie about Washington, D.C.? Because if they shot it in D.C., when all the stuff was happening in D.C. a year later, people say, oh shit. What's the name made a movie? No, these niggas too dumb to make a thing, but they still wasn't gonna take no chance. But a few people might, maybe a few white people might go, hey, Wesley made a movie about this shit the year before. Liberty Stands Still. You see what I'm saying? So everything. Now they got a movie. Now, this gonna really blow your mind. This gonna really blow your mind. There's a movie called Deterrence. Write that down. Deterrence. Deterrence. It's hard to get. It came out in 1999. It's a movie called Deterrence. It's got a actor called Kevin Pollak, Timothy Hutton, and Cheryl Lee Ralph. Kevin Pollak, Timothy Hutton, and Cheryl Lee Ralph. You know Cheryl Lee Ralph, that's the mama on Moesha. Yeah. All right. Now check this out now. It's a movie, you can rent the movie. Now you gotta understand, this movie was made in, the movie was made in 1999. You hear me? Mm-hmm. Now check it out. The movie was made and completed in 1999. The movie was about a presidential candidate who was not elected but appointed. And after him being appointed, he's very cocky. And he picks a war with Saddam Hussein's son in the movie. And he wants to go to war with Iraq. But in the movie, France pulls out and is against him. Now listen now. What France against? Yeah. America. In the movie, France is against him, and France, they end up finding out France supplies some of the weapons in the movie to Saddam Hussein in Iraq. Now, in this particular movie, but in real life, France sold them some of the weapons they come to find out, right? Now, all this came out in 1999. He has a chief advisor, which is a black woman, Condoleezza Rice, is playing in the movie as his chief advisor, which is a black woman, played by Cheryl Lee Ralph. And it's all about Iraq. And they dropped this bomb on Iraq. Now the key, what I'm trying to tell you is this here. The movie came out before President Bush was even appointed, because he lost the election. And the movie came out before he appointed Condoleezza Rice as his chief woman who runs the White House. But all this is in a movie 2 years before this shit even happened, and almost 3 years before they have the Iraqi war. And they go to war with Iraq, and they say Saddam Hussein's son, because they was also meaning that somebody's father must have fought the original Saddam Hussein. But as you notice in this thing here, Saddam Hussein's sons was a part of the real shit that's going on. It's a movie called Deterrence, and it means that just like anything else, this shit was all planned. They planned the movie down to the T. 2-3 years ago, the movie comes out about the war on Iraq, and it's called Deterrence. But everything in the movie, if you were to see the movie now, you would think they made the movie after have to prepare for it in 98. You see what I'm saying? So this shit here lets you know that this stuff is all designed. Then you understand why they can't catch the man, Saddam Hussein. They can't catch none of their people because they don't have no enemies. You see what I'm saying? So this is what the type of stuff that's actually going down. But remember, they're losing the doggone war. It's called Deterrence. Kevin Pollak, Timothy Hutton, and Cheryl Lee Ralph. Now, it's interesting, the movie that just came out. In the movie, although it came in the movies probably for a couple of minutes in 1999. The movie actually came on video in 2000 or 2001. And guess what? It's hard to find. Just like they got another movie called Equilibrium. You got to get that movie because they show you where all arts and sciences and all that stuff is outlawed. That movie is in the movie. You can get it in the video. It came on video last week sometime. So now, let's go into a question and answer for those particular people here to get the ball rolling and stuff like this and all. You and then you, what's that?
All right, now you talk about the return of the ancient ones. You know, the Empress, she put a book out with that same title. So what is the connection? You know, and, I mean, because you said the ancient ones were like the storms and, you know.
Yeah, but also ultimately the ancient ones is us. We are the ancient ones. The ones, because it's the return of our consciousness also. Okay. We are the ancient ones. That's what this thing is about. So that's what it's about. When I said the return of the ancient one, I was talking about the ancient ones I was talking about was, that's what they call, most of the ancient texts talk about the ancient ones and stuff like that, or the great old ones and stuff like that. So I was dealing with that type of thing here and all. Her book was just a coincidence on that particular aspect. But in the real mystery, we are the ancient ones that return. Now, that's what the text was talking about. A group of people that will be in the last days and they will bring back Maya in the return. So, give me some, so that's what that's about. What's that, brother?
I want you to touch some more about how you said we are the reptilians. Because I have like a couple of those David Icke movies, and I want you to touch
The reptilian is a code word. You got to understand. What they do is they will put code stuff when they're speaking to their people. When he's talking about the reptilians and the lizard or the snake people or whatever he's talking about, it's a code word for the Kundalini race of people, or the people with the Uraeus crown. There is no people out of space. There's some reptilian people. He's working for the Illuminati. And see, the thing about it is they can give up all the history on the Illuminati, and all that history gives up is true. It's real. That's what makes it so, that's how you can tie his shit in. The history of this stuff all run by a secret society is real, but they already know. You don't know, you never know who the people are running. So they can talk about the secret society all they want. If you don't know who it is, you ain't gonna go to somebody's house in Italy or Germany. It's safe. You see what I'm saying? So now, check it out. The reptilian people that they're talking about, it's a code word that's talking about us. It's the Kundalini energy. Anytime they give you some physical shit, that's fake. There ain't no physical aliens coming in no physical spacecraft. The only physical spacecraft that they had since 1945 was made at Area 51 from the government. So there ain't no aliens coming from no outer space in no fucking spacecraft. Why the hell would they need a damn spacecraft for? You see what I'm saying? A tin machine. And why is it that the aliens always come, they bypass the ghetto. We say, fuck the original people, we gonna build some old spring-ahead cracker. That's all fake. That's New Age jargon, and it's always these white people getting abducted. They're getting abducted by the government. Because they know if they abduct white people are the people who are supposed to be the litmus test of authority. So therefore, if you want to make something sound authentic, you abduct white people. That ain't nothing but some doggone government. And they showed you on the movie Fire in the Sky that it was when they talking about these big-eyed monsters that they showed, they had a whole closet full of spacesuits where they get into the big-eyed monster suits. And these people all doped up always see the same damn big-eyed monster people. They have a thing. That's all fake. So most of that stuff here, I've been in this occult thing so long to know it's New Age jargon, and a lot of that stuff is fake. So the reptilian thing he's talking about, and white people being from Mars. Well, if you from Mars, goddamn it, why the hell are you so crazy about some old ragged ass land of the earth? You see what I'm saying? And why the hell are you so happy to get a little old robot in 1997 back on Mars if you from Mars? You see what I'm saying? This shit is all fake. The cracker is from a genetic lab and the rest of them are some mutated people from the Ice Age. It's a two combination story and stuff like that. But them motherfuckers ain't the people on nothing. They're actually insignificant in the spirit world whatsoever. So when he talks about the reptilian people that's coming to take back the planet, that's us. So when we rise to the power thing, you see what I'm saying? The people would fear that. Plus, if they can get you to damn feel your own stuff that's coming down. So it's a code word for the Kundalini energy.
I have one more about, about the Homeland Security too.
Yeah.
Just actually, what actually is it? Could you go like
the Homeland Security that they signed in November is, although they start by securing the airports. Well, anytime a coup takes over, anytime they have a social unrest, they have a military state, the first thing they do is lock down the airports. So the airports now are on lockdown. That's on military. But what you don't realize, it says homeland. So they lock down the airports, but in actuality, homeland means the whole thing is on lockdown right now, although you are contained within a border. And when whenever there's something that goes down today, when they want it to go down, the whole thing is on lockdown. So that's what that whole thing is about now. You have no more rights. You've signed all your rights away under these terrorist acts and these terrorist deals.
So that means like all the, with the CIA and all them working together, that means like with all the enemy to say stuff, make them bug you and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, well we've been the enemy state for years. That's why they put Will Smith in the movie and told you use the enemy state. But that's in so many words what this is your constitution is suspended right now. Now whether they act upon it is another thing. They do business until they deem what's hostile for them. So there is no more, we were never citizens. Right. So I don't really worried about it and shit. It's the white people on lockdown. But see, they can lock down the whole country because these white people are expendable because they got Europe. That's the real deal now. You see what I'm saying? And all this stuff is coming from Britain. Tony Blair is one of the real people compared to Bush that you never saw. Tony Blair had to go and argue. He had to physically go and argue for war in Parliament. So that's a real system compared to the one over here, which is all fake. And Tony Blair is Bush's boss because it's like he was Clinton's boss. But he has to answer to a certain group of people. And it's a chain of command on down like that stuff. But there is none of that Constitution stuff and all that, and stuff like that. You have a question?
Yeah, I did. About the King Alfred plan.
Yeah.
Sounds like what you're talking about right now.
It's the King Alfred plan, but in so many words, it's the same concept. That's why they had to refurbish all of these new stadiums. And all these new football stadiums, ironically, they always are flanking black areas. All of them are in certain black areas. Anywhere you go in the country, these football stadiums, they make sure that the hospital is in the black area, so for genetic research, and these stadiums are in the black area. And stuff like that. That's always one way, so they can lock you down in that particular part here. But what they're talking about now here is the whole country. That was just when Rex 84 was actually put out by the government to do some things, but in actuality, they're talking about the whole country. White people too are expendable. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't give a damn because it's only 5,000 people that rule the world, and if you're not a part of that 5,000, you finish. We got 125 million white people in this country. So obviously they are part of the lockdown too if they're not a part of the 5,000 elite that's worldwide. So they don't give a damn about nobody in this country and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But you know that we the first people on the totem pole. They'll contain these nasty ass crackers just to get all of us. But remember now, they running scared because they might run around this motherfucker, but they don't run this motherfucker. We do. And whenever they jump, it's on. It's on spiritually. So I want them to jump. And I ain't worried about the masses. Them stupid ass niggas out there, who cares? Them niggas need to be gassed in a damn way.
Okay.
I'm talking about the average black person. They ain't shit, man.
Yeah, right.
Running around here don't give a damn about nothing. Can't talk to them, can't tell them nothing.
Well, that's a pretty frightening thing for you to say.
No, that ain't frightening. That's a reality.
It's frightening just to say.
What I'm trying to tell you is this about, let me try to say this here. Now, I want you to get out of the emotion. I want you to try to understand something here. These people do not exist. Now, I'm only sending them where we all got to go anyway. Ultimately, In order to be free, you got to die. Bottom line. There is no way out of this but death. You tell me any ancient scripture. What I've been talking about the soul illuminating, I'm talking about death. So, in order to pull that off, the spirit world already knew that they had to sacrifice the rest of them old fucking bullshit ass niggas out there. Because I'm only telling you, that's what the thing said when they say the Matrix say they are to be looked upon as the enemy. The enemy now is they got a group of people, and for order for them to be saved, they had to take a group of people to get to this particular level. They got it. So what's happening here is those particular people, when we talk about the masses of the Goya, we all go in the same place. But the point is this whole concept of what I'm talking about when I say this thing, this whole concept of this liberation in the community and all that, that's all good as romanticism. But on the real universal scale, they finished. Because them niggas there will sell you out, and they'll kill everybody in this room for that white man. And all he got to do is holler Jesus Christ or holler dollar bill. That's how sick this thing has gotten. So they had to preserve a group of people so that they can survive. Now, I also said that anyone that has a soul will go to the next level, the next universe. So these niggas out here and stuff, it's going to the particular point now. Particular point now here is so we are wasting energy thinking that this thing is about the liberation physically about our people, because it's not going to go down that way. None of the scripts say that. The book of coming forth by day is leaving the physical body. So when I say that and stuff, it means in actuality, the revolutionary thing was to get us to this particular point so we can get the actual knowledge and the information. But it's romanticism to think that we're going to save physical black people when niggas is killing niggas wholesale. You know what I'm saying? Robbing niggas, cutting niggas' necks, and acting a damn fool, and don't want to hear nothing, but get up in a damn church and sing. And stuff like that. We had Oprah Winfrey she spent the most amount of money a person can spend on a house. I didn't know that no one in America has never spent $50 million on a house. And then I thought about it, because they said the people who got money never spend it. That's why they have money. That's why white people are rich. Oprah Winfrey spent $50 million on a house that a year before was $14 million. Wow. The crackers, she wanted the house so bad, they said, fuck it. $50 million. They didn't think that fucking idiot was going to do it. Wow. This motherfucker went and turned around and spent $50 million on a house. And you figure can you imagine what black people would do with $50 million? Wow. And she said she threw that away in a house that's not even worth nothing? A fucking house? Wow. That an earthquake can come. This shit is in Santa Barbara. An earthquake can come in tomorrow and she can be gone, and she took $50 million and threw it in a damn house. That let me know the sickness of black people. She need to be killed. You see what I'm saying? They didn't kill all them goddamn bullshit niggas, because these niggas ain't shit. This motherfucker need to be dead. Here are your people in the history of struggle and a worldwide people, and here you are, ex-slave, and you gonna spend the most amount of money on a house. $50 million. You know what you could have done with $50 million? Wow.
She already got a house.
She got 10 houses. Wow. And the house was $14 million a year before. But the crackers say, motherfucker, if you gonna buy you black ass bitch, you gonna have to pay $50 million. They didn't expect this fucking hoe to do it. She paid the shit any damn way.
I'll show you.
Hey, Bobby.
This shit is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So my point here is the whole liberation fact as far as the people out there is an illusion. That's what and they say this in the Sanskrit text. They say that the real spiritual person walks through all the crazy stuff. So in so many words, that's just ancient prophecy. They had to preserve a group of people. Now those particular people are going to be raised up also, but they had to have a group of people that was set aside as a group of priest people to do the work to make it possible for those particular people to illuminate, and that's what we're doing. But as far as those particular people out there as being we, this black race, there is no such thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a joke now. Andrew Young told a nigga that about 5 years ago. He said, such thing as no black community no more. There's a bunch of niggas living together. Them motherfuckers don't even, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole, the consciousness and the creativity is gone. So they preserve some people for these dead people out here and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So in that particular answer, I'm talking about on another spiritual level, the spirit don't give a damn. You see, but we all gonna get to where we're gonna get to. Because death is inevitable. We got to transform out of the one condition to go to the next condition and stuff like that. But the whole concept of black revolution and all of that kind of thing is a joke. Is a doggone joke.
No, you're not advocating people just die, you know.
No. What I'm trying to say is this here. Basic fundamental metaphysics, even when you come with your basic Bible, you can't find me no ancient text on the planet. See, this is what it is. Check it out. What humans have done, humans can do. Now, we know in the ancient world they left an ancient record for us to say, well, this is the record that you will use to get out of this thing once you wake back up. But the only thing we have found in the ancient records is spiritual material talking about spiritual illumination. That's what the Egyptian was about.
Okay.
So my point here is this. What I'm trying to tell you here is, despite what you think, the only way to illuminate to a higher level is to transcend the physical condition, which is the matrix, which is talking about death.
Yeah.
But this death is illumination on a higher level.
Bobby, let me engage you this way. You can die to a certain set of things, or a certain set of beliefs, and still live there.
I'm not talking about philosophy. I'm talking about that metaphysical aspect. What I'm trying to say, look, these texts, it's clear. This is just the, it's not a philosophical thing in the aspect. These texts, when they're talking about the Kundalini, we were once ancient gods that fell into a human condition. Now the Egyptians explained this thing as you had gods that went into a cocoon state. And the cocoon state, it was a caterpillar goes into a cocoon state. The cocoon state is our physical bodies that is supposed to be a cultivation and a transformation into a higher luminous being that becomes a butterfly. You see what I'm saying? That's the alchemical process. That's the process of the universe. So you have a child, you have a baby, you have a child, and then you have an adult. Well, they say humanity is just the childhood stage. It's getting ready to redo itself into an adult stage, which is not physical. Which is not physical. So we are getting ready to transform and illuminate into a spiritual aspect, which is not a physical aspect. The physical is slavery, and that course is run. Because it's not 1 or 2 years of the white man. We've been down here for thousands of years. You see what I'm saying? Reincarnating over and over to 1,000 years to get to this particular point so we can go to a whole nother reality. You see what I'm saying? To go to a whole nother reality and end death. Well, how do you end death? By going where the dead people are and illuminating that realm that was at that particular time was not, it was too young, and it was not the time state for that particular part of the new shift or the new paradigm to come a whole nother reality. But the thing here is that this stuff is not talking about you going to a certain consciousness and living your life out, riding Lexus and all this kind of thing here and having a... No, it's talking about off of the physical period, because this is the illusionary state. This is called Maya. It's a prism. So so this is what the concept is talking about. It's not talking about you feeling a certain way, illumination and stuff like this, and you living your life ever after happy and free and drinking Kool-Aid and all this kind of shit here. It's talking about total annihilation of the physical realm and going to a whole other spiritual, now that's what the metaphysical stuff is talking about.
How do you say the deities are going to break that up?
Huh? What you say?
You're saying about how when the war is starting and the deities are being let out and they're going to break...
The what?
Deities.
Oh, the deities? The demons? That ain't nothing but your souls.
But you said they were going to break it up and make it like more clear to us, though, but you never got like back into what you were saying.
What you mean, break it up and make it clear? It's a process when this thing starts to happen. You know, you're connected because your own souls is a part of that whole energy. You see what I'm saying? The souls that are outside of the physical body and the souls inside, it's a one connection. So it all will come to another level and stuff, one consciousness at one particular point and all, when this thing goes down and stuff like that. So that's what it's talking about. It's one particular consciousness. But it's not this thing here, the whole concept, and I understand that stuff because there's not a lot of people talking about it. Most of the conscious things you go to, most people are talking about survival. You see what I'm saying? This is a different school. You gotta have somebody that comes in and teaches you the mysteries. The mysteries is not about survival, it's about transformation. And transformation is not survival. You can survive beautifully if you go down, shut your mouth, do what that white man say. He will pay you, and you can survive in the suburbs, and you can do your shit and shut your mouth and survive well. You see what I'm saying? They already got a remedy to that. You can do what that damn white man say. He right, land opportunity. You can move away from these niggas, and you can go and do what you want to do. But this is not what this stuff is talking about. This is what the mysteries is talking about. This is where I come in and decide to try to teach the mystery. So most of the people, conscious people come in and they teach you survival. That's not my job. My job is not to teach you to live a better life. My job is to reveal the mysteries for the next realm. That's what I do, and that's what I put together as far as the ancient texts that I go in. You see what I'm saying? Now, if there's any stuff that says some other stuff like this on how to get a BMW, I would be getting down with that if I could find some down what you call it on. But there's also methods to do that. You see what I'm saying? But you already know the methods because niggas are driving BMWs. But my point here is there's a difference. A lot of the people that come to you, that's the first stage. They give you the survival and the things like that. No, this is another thing that we're dealing with here. I'm not dealing with the stuff that most of the people that came to you. Hell, Colin is dead. You see what I'm saying? And he could have saved his ass, but he wouldn't get into the spiritual shit. As a matter of fact, he talked shit about the spiritual shit a year before he died. And he mocked the spirit right in the goddamn tape in Atlanta. I put out the little babies, and I put out the little rum for the entities. And that motherfucker went and made fun of the goddamn one with the entities right on that fucking tape. I said, man, you fucking up. He made fun of that damn the spiritual shit. But he didn't believe in it. He didn't believe in the shit. And the motherfucker is dead as fried chicken right now. Motherfucker dead as goddamn fried chicken.
But wait a minute, Bobby, but if that's a release.
No, but not for him though. For him, I'm talking about based on his whole thing was he mocked the spirit shit down in Atlanta. He talked shit about the metaphysics and all this shit. It's about the liberation, but his ass is dead, and his niggas that was in the Black Panther Party is walking around with a chicken with the head cut off. You see what I'm saying? And it's even to the point where that cracker even castrated that motherfucker ass. I got a tape right here. Well, one of the brothers, one of the head people in Harlem, said that they castrated his ass like they castrated goddamn mountain. Because when they got the body to New York, it was all turned around and she castrated his fucking ass.
Oh, Colin?
Colin, the cracker got him out of the casket before he got to down New York and castrated.
So they did the same thing to him they did to Malcolm?
They did to Malcolm. No, that's just one of their rituals.
Yeah, ritual, yeah.
That's to put dominance on the black man. But I'm saying he wanted to live. And he could have, when the level, but he made mockery of this shit. And I'm not trying to say, because they did take him out, but I'm trying to say he didn't even have no protection for that. Because he made mockery of it. We got it right on the tape, because he was sabotaging me when he did it. You see what I'm saying? That nigga went up in the damn shit and sabotaged the damn conference, a black metaphysical conference, and he tried to go against me and sabotage me. And a year later, that motherfucker was dead. Fucking around. Now I'm saying he didn't. Okay, that would be beautiful, but this nigga wanted to live. This nigga wanted to live.
You said
but
he poisoned him?
They poisoned him.
So did he die in Grady?
No. He didn't die in Grady. What happened was this: he was in New York. He got on the road. They started poisoning him. His chief woman, what's her name? She's out of New Jersey. No, she's out of Philadelphia. His chief woman was a part of the second in command with the Black Panther Party. Nephos, I can't think of her name right now. She called me and told me the whole shit. She said they poisoned him. They got eyewitnesses. They started poisoning him from New York to Atlanta. When he got to D.C., he threw up in a McDonald's in down D.C. Then when he got to Atlanta, he fell out and threw up again. So she called her and said, that's all right. She said, look, where did it throw out? So he threw out on the sheet. She said, well, good, we can get it and trace it and see what they got in it. She said, we washed it. She said, that's all right. Did he throw out on the floor? Said it was hardwood floor. She said, good, go get a razor blade and scrape some of the shit up. We can still get it. We done mopped the floor.
Oh.
Then he ends up in a white hospital and the doctor say, fuck you, we ain't doing shit.
Are they poisoning Tiger Woods?
I don't know why he's fucking up or something.
No, he's getting sick. He's getting food poisoning like every other.
They probably will, but what can you say about Snigger Woods?
Yeah, but what about
Snigger Woods. What we say about Snigger Woods? Snigger already told you he don't like niggas.
He ain't conscious.
Motherfucker, you know. Got his little blonde ass white woman, got mad in the car, somebody called him black. So what can they say about Snigger Woods? Snigger Woods. You know, what they say about this goddamn nigga here, you know what I'm saying? I'm not impressed that you can hit a ball in a fucking hole. Big fucking deal. We've been doing too much of that shit already. So I'm just saying, they probably are, and here it is, it's a spiritual thing. But this black bastard here, Clinton and them invited him to go to the 50th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier. And this fucking asshole declined. He didn't even know the reason why you on the fucking golf course itself was what Jackie Robinson, that whole concept went down. And this asshole declined in front of America. And he didn't decline just Clinton. He declined, what's his name, wife, had to go and apologize to Jackie Robinson wife. That nigga ain't shit. Him and his old cracker ass, loving ass daddy. So that motherfucker, they pardoned him, good fucking riddance. You see what I'm saying? I'll throw some fucking bleach up in there to get the job done even more. Fuck all this little dumbass bullshit nigga. I'm not impressed with a motherfucker knocking a ball in a fucking damn hole. We're world-class people. You tell me shit about a motherfucker with sports. That's some damn child shit. I'm not impressed with a motherfucker run up and down the road with a goddamn basketball. They can put a bullet in all them motherfuckers' heads.
Okay, I went that one too.
That bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas ain't shit either. Michael Jordan. He gotta wait till his goddamn limbs fall off his ass to beat his events because he don't need to run up and down a white man court. He had to wait till his damn foot about to fall off, Michael Jordan, to convince his stupid ass that, nigga, you don't need to be running up and down a damn white man court.
Now he fired. Can't even get his job back.
They done fired the nigga and all that. He's just a stupid nigga, just like all the rest of them, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't have no respect for these old ball running niggas and shit. We world-class people. That's beneath me. That's beneath me as a spiritual being. You even put them on motherfuckers on the even level of some shit. As a matter of fact, it's beneath me to even have a discussion about a Kobe Bryant. That's a low-level shit right there. Who the fuck is Kobe Bryant but a motherfucking idiot? That's beneath me as a spiritual black person. Is world-class, and that's what these people around the world look at you as world-class. You're supposed to be world-class, and you're talking about Kobe Bryant. You see what I'm saying? We don't even understand the way this shit is going on, the way other motherfuckers view us. Some motherfuckers is silly. We're supposed to be world-class people. Oldest people on the planet, we in 2003, and we're discussing a Kobe Bryant. Oh, goddamn nigga out of high school running a fucking damn basketball run marrying a white woman.
Where he have white?
It don't matter. I'm just saying, he can be half white, he can do what he want to do. Is that, I'm just saying, he can be what he want to be. I'm saying that's beneath us as a world-class people. You even discuss them old goddamn clown-ass niggas. You see what I'm saying? You even discuss them old clown-ass niggas.
They're just entertaining white people.
That shit ain't nothing. Slavery. They get sold down and shit. That shit is organized homosexuality. Organized homosexuality. Put your hand between a motherfucker ass to get a goddamn shit turd or football. That's a clown's game, man. Put your hands up between a nigga balls and receive another big ass shit turd of ball. That's organized homosexuality, man. That shit is. That's all that is. You don't understand that the white boy was a murderer, and they had to go to war every year and kill to survive because that's their psyche. And it wasn't until they created sports, you understand what I'm saying, that they stopped killing. You see what I'm saying? In that particular level. England and France had a war for 100 years. That means that wartime is the norm and peacetime is abnormal. So in order to balance that off, they had to create this goddamn sport. That's why it overlaps each other. It overlaps each other. That's their battle. That's their fucking battle. So that's how they was able to go into industrial age in the 20th century without killing each other through that sports shit. See what I'm saying? Otherwise, they used to kill in the daytime and drink at night. Wow. That was their shit for their existence in Europe. That's what they used to do every day. They used to fight and kill every day and drink it. So that was their sport. Remember that the height of the Roman Empire was one thing, the Colosseum, where they fed people to the lions. The gladiators, that was the height of their civilization. Anything else, because they were not learners and stuff, they just stole things and stuff. That was the height of their civilization. They never did anything but kill people. Even out as armies or in the Colosseum. That's what they did, kill. And that's the same Roman shit. And that football and all that relieved them from that. But that's why most of them are women beaters. It's the same aggressiveness. You understand what I'm saying? They getting hurt and shit up in there. Their bodies ain't no good. They're not even good sexually. It take a lot of shit to do some real deal sex thing. And if your damn knees is hurting in your ankles and your wrists, you can't be effective with really doing your shit, right?
Bobby, what's her name? Ani. Okay. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask about Craig Mubla, and
reptilian agenda.
Yeah.
Talks about, pardon me?
I was just saying on the reptilian agenda.
Yeah. Quayle Mutwa. Yeah, he talks about the Chichawari and the reptilian and all that. What Quayle Mutwa is doing is he's explaining South African mythology. It's the same South African mythology if you have Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, and all this stuff about the snake people and all these things. It's mythology that's talking about esoteric terminology. So he's discussing South African mythology. Meanwhile, he got his boys financing and he's trying to validate his reptilian shit through Kwaita Mutwa's South African mythology. It's talking about other higher concepts. And so it's a little thing that they got together, and it's a South African mythology, but in so many words, if you was to get the mythology of those people, the only thing he's doing is discussing the Chitawari and the snake people and the lizard people, and these things that they're talking about, his mythology, which was talking about other esoteric terminology, or what you got the word bestiality, not bestiality is something negative, but as far as the zoo type, the totems, where they take these particular animals and stuff and these dragons and all these types of things to explain different concepts of energy. So when he's saying these types of things, what's the name? If you listen to it and stuff, he's trying to use that to validate his whole reptilian thing and all. And there's a whole bunch of confusion also that's actually going down with those particular things. Even if Kwaita Mutwa even believes it, that motherfucker damn near it. But it's talking about, but a lot of that stuff in South African mythology was not literal. You see what I'm saying? And it's all a bunch of a damn scheme that this cracker got going on, and they can validate it by getting a South African shaman. You see what I'm saying? A South African shaman. But you gotta understand, you got to pick through it and stuff, because they can pimp you with the African shit too. You see, and that's what that stuff is about. You see, and so most people, they watch tape, but if you've never studied the ancient folklore and understand that some of this stuff is not literal, you can get fooled by it. You see what I'm saying? You can get fooled by it. You see, so that's what that whole thing is about. What's that?
You're talking about like his experiences that he says he had? You're saying they're not true? Or
No, they're not. There's all kinds of experiences you can have in the spiritual world. All types of things that can happen in the spirit world. But as far as this whole thing about these reptilians ruling the earth and all that kind of stuff, that is fake. But you can have all kinds of spiritual experience with certain entities and succubus and incubus and all that. There's a whole lot of stuff that go on in the spirit world. And some of this stuff is violent too. But it's the spirit thing and all. But as far as these reptilians, that's an agenda put forth. That was a millionaire, and he speaks around the world of white folks and all this kind of thing. They're talking about us. You see what I'm saying? They're talking about us when they talk about those types of things. So some of this experience, they got all kinds of mystical experiences that happen on the African continent. Because the spirit world is alive, and you got just ancestors that's ignorant, that's done left the physical body and do all kind of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the spirit world is a vast universe of things and stuff like that now. So you do have certain spiritual experiences. But you got to understand when what's-the-name comes in and tries to paint his portrait with these African things to try to fool you. Try to fool you. Yeah, what's
I'm going to ask you, how do you explain Urugu? Okay? Ani Marimba.
Yeah.
He's speaking about the Dogon tribe.
Right.
And they're talking about reptilian.
Yes, here it goes again. It's mythology. See, here's the whole thing. Urugu and the Ogu, because my first tape is on the whole Dogon thing.
Okay.
And they're talking about the whole Ogu thing and all this and stuff, and we're still talking about polarities now. In the spirit world, there was a group of entities that don't want to give up all power. And as a result, they don't want a certain group to rise. I talked about that also too. And the Urugu thing is also talking about that type of thing. But they also talk about fish people.
Yes. Yeah, fish
In the Nomo. That's when you break that down, they talk about the same fish people in honestly, you get the Sirius mission, they talk about the same Dagon people and all those type of things. Those are esoteric things that's talking about our nature than it is literal fish people. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Literal fish people. In are physical fish people. Because if this thing is off the physical, then it can be a whole aspect of anything in the spirit world, because the spirit can take all types of shapes and forms. But in the physical aspect, those things, those Dogon things, remember now, these are still, you got to understand, these are still primitive mythologies.
Yes.
These are still primitive mythologies and stuff like that. And a lot of this stuff is not used to be taken literally. And see, the neophyte level is, the neophyte always, which is the first level, we always look at the apparent. What is apparent? Because we have not gone to the esoteric sublime level of trying to understand this is ancient symbology that means deeper principles. So the fish, just like Jesus is the fish, but he's a man, but he's also the fish. You see what I'm saying? Jonah getting sucked up by the whale is the same story of the fish and different things like that. So you got the fish, you got the Nomo, you got the Ogu, you got the pale fox, but you got Anubis is a dog in Kemet. You see what I'm saying? You got the hounds of Hades in Greece, you got the hounds of Hades in Iraq, Babylon. But this is ancient mythology, still explaining the nature of one people, black people. And no other people outside of the thing is coming in here that we're supposed to be scared of, other than our own self. And they say, actually, man gets a glimpse at his own soul. And what his soul is so alien to the human body, until his soul scares him. The soul is called the monstrous soul. So the monsters that we think that's of mythology, and the monsters we are scared of are nothing but our own souls. See, our souls, the soul is so alien to and so remote in human history, and so old until when we look back into human history of what we used to look like and what we used to experience, it scares us. Because we are so far removed from our original existence. Or an existence that's coming to be, because we are all babies fixated upon what we only see physical. So the soul is a terrifying thing. That's the boogeyman. You see, it's called a monstrous soul. That's why they used to put on those particular dog head and hideous beasts and these particular symbols and these animals and these grotesque things in Egypt and Africa to get the person aware of a mystical aspect of the soul, and so he won't be scared of his own experiences with his own soul. So this is what this thing is talking about here. You see what I'm saying? But some of this stuff here with the white boys doing, saying the New Age thing, they're making it literal. But all you got to do is, Urugu is her book, Marimba Ali, but all you got to do is get the Pale Fox, which is the only text we got of the Dogon, the ones of Marcel Griot and Jermaine Generally, and read it for yourself. And once you read it and understand mythology, then you can understand. And that's the thing, we have not had a complete study in mythology. See, mythology is some of the most advanced shit on the planet. You get a PhD in mythology, and you thinking it's stories. When you start studying mythology, it's a very critical science. It's very hard also when you start studying mythology. Mythology is very advanced. You can study it one year, and the next year come back and it might mean a whole other principle. Because it was the stuff in the stories that was put down before we became so dead in the physical. So it's a pre-human experience. It's much more advanced than the experience we have now. So I say, if you really want to understand some of the things on some of the other mythologies, so it don't do literal, study mythology itself. So get the book, J.R. Beerland's book, Parallel Myths, in the particular mythology. That's all religions are. Mythologies that was historicalized.
But isn't the myth supposed to be based on actual facts?
It is actual facts, but it has higher principles to it. They are real, but they have higher principles than some of the principles that we think is literal. They have higher principles. Some of it is prophetic. Some of it is metaphysical. Some of it is philosophical. Some of it is high thought process. Some of it is scientific.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Because it's science.
So was Isis and Horus and Seth and all of them, were they real, actual real?
Those
So,
yes,
like the
yeah,
story,
okay.
the story of Isis, you know,
And
finding her.
the story of Isis is the
putting
story of the
body
process
together.
of the Isis represents, the goddess represents a process in which all black women went through. Osiris represents a process in which all black men went through. It's a story of the race broken down into principles. Those stories are even formulas.
So then how was she able to get pregnant when he didn't have his spouse?
How?
How was she able to have a child when he didn't have his spouse?
Oh, well, they got people. Well,
Out of 14 pieces, that was the only piece that she put in.
Right. Well, they got people right now in America, in history, physical history. They got people in Tibet that could get pregnant by the sun.
By what?
By the sun.
By the son. So
By the son.
why she put forth all the effort to bring this man's body back together if she could have got pregnant another way?
Well, that was just a part of it. But look, well, see, first of all, even that is mythology. The bringing the body back together is mythology of the scattered of the pieces is alchemical. Some of these are alchemical stories of bringing back 13 pieces of consciousness, bringing back different pieces of alchemy and alchemical processes in the body. Some of these are alchemical stories.
So wait a minute. So still,
I still said it. Yeah. See,
I mean, she brought the whole body back together except
Maybe she
for one
didn't bring
piece.
the body.
it wasn't a literal.
Well,
She didn't.
I'm just saying.
I said that these
that's
are-
why I asked you were they real first.
No, well, let me get it in. These are stories of principles explaining a race of people, but some of those principles that it's explaining is not literal. Some of those principles are talking about the alchemical makeup, the psychological makeup of a people, the spiritual makeup of a people. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of these things here, but literally, did she do this in a particular story and all? Not necessarily. You see what I'm saying? The penis of Osiris is also the jet pillar, which is also talking about the Kundalini energy. A lot of this stuff is metaphysical.
So the woman don't have Kundalini energy.
Yes, she has Kundalini
Well,
energy.
so where's she getting it from? If the man didn't have a penis, if she was already,
No,
you know what I'm saying, a female already made, where does she get the energy from? If the energy is coming
She
from
has a penis too. She has a clitoris,
Yeah, I know that.
which is a penis.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying? His is just the elongated penis and stuff that comes about after the last after the last month or so of it being a female and stuff. But these still are metaphysical terms.
Like parables.
Yeah.
And didn't she impregnate herself with the seed from his penis? That's the only part she found, or the part
But-
she didn't find.
Yeah, but-
she impregnated
But a lot of these
herself.
things are alchemical principles and metaphysical principles and stuff, and that's when we run into problems trying to apply this to
To
the
physical.
literal, physical part of our existence.
Trying to say it.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm
Some of
just
these-
trying to get understanding.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, some of these things are formulas and different things like that, but they have different levels. And then there's some things that we actually go through physically that pan out, but it's, you know, that pan out. But you know, that actually pan out with these different things. And these different myths verify these things. You see, the Osirian drama is one of thousands of myths right in Kemet. But this whole thing is an educational process, just like you go to college and learn different aspects of education that ultimately leads to a high form of science and stuff like that also.
One last question.
Yeah.
Now, I heard you talk on tape. You talked about George Adamski.
told him they from Sirius. These could have been very well two black spiritual men that told him he was from Sirius. We don't have no proof that these are actual aliens. I mean, what proof does he have that these are actually aliens that got on a damn spaceship? But then again, on the other hand, we do have this particular part too. We do know that spiritual forces can manifest themselves physically in a certain manner and come about and give you certain experiences, and even to the point where he said he saw the spaceships with these people outside his window. This all could be a spiritual phenomenon that actually happened. But as far as some black